Good evening. Hopefully the stage holds. We'll see. My name is Nate Duchesne. I had the privilege of coaching this group of young men and also working with the coaches that are up here too. Before I go any further, I would like to thank the Hall of Fame committee for recognizing not only this team, but just the time that you spend to honor athletics in the community. In this way, this is a first-class event. Really appreciate it. Congratulations to those that have been inducted. I know some of you personally, but it's pretty cool being recognized with this group in 2022. We had 8 seniors on the 01. I can't believe it's been 20 years. It just blows my mind. But I look in the mirror and see the gray hair, and then I go, okay, it's been 20 years. We had 8 seniors on this team, and they're really the core group that brought this team along, and 7 of the 8 are here. So I think that has a round of applause for that. And out of our 6 coaches, 5 are here as well. And one, I want to make sure I mention Steve Novotny. I forgot last time. He is not here, but he lives in Boise. But I appreciate the coaches too. But we have Brad Bodfish, Filmon Ali, Loren Brokaw, Shaun Messerli, Marcus Steele, Paul Zweber, Trevor Smith, and then we have Zach Ward, Aaron Nations, John Getzinger, and Brian Hunter. So thank you guys for coming. This team, these just are unbelievable young men. And this team had a tremendous amount of depth and a tremendous amount of talent. And I was very, very fortunate to be able to coach them. There wasn't a time when I was with these guys that I didn't enjoy it. I can really say that. We had some tough moments, but I enjoyed it because we got through it together. The talent here was unbelievable. We had Marcus Steele as our cornerstone, all-state player, but the guys around him were very good basketball players as well. In fact, we won a lot of our WesCo games that year by 25 plus points. And many of the teams that we played, guys coming off the bench for us would have been starters and probably double-figure scores and even all-league players for some of the other teams. So that's what I remember most, and the unselfishness that we had with this group and just how they supported each other. So great chemistry. They enjoyed each other. Very, very unselfish. I think they averaged close to 19 assists a game, which is unheard of in high school. Scored a lot of points, but they shared the ball. They also had outstanding families. I know many of their family members' parents are here tonight. It's just great to see you guys. But you did a great job raising these young men. When I didn't save many paper clippings from this time. I'm not really into that. I have pictures of my teams, and I look back on the teams that way fondly. But I did save one. And I wanted to share the headline. It's called "Team Comes Before Self," and this was in the I believe, yes, Skagit Valley Herald right before he went to the state tournament in 2002. And it's a picture of Shaun Messerli, who's right up here behind me. Shaun started as a junior for our team. In 2000, 2001, we had a good team that year as well. Shaun started. In 2001 and 2, he came off the bench as a 6th man. And it wasn't that he couldn't have started or even shouldn't have started, but he accepted that role, and that's just kind of the epitome of this team. They're unselfish, and the team came before themselves. So I want to give this to Shaun. I don't know if he has it. He probably has it framed on his walls. But I wanted to give that to Shaun, and I'd also like Shaun to say a couple of words, so thank you.
Thank you, Coach. So I was told about 15 minutes ago that I was going to be speaking, so can't be like Will Fong and blame my lost notes. So I got about 15 minutes to think of what made our team special. And it's exactly that. It was a team. Any team sport, you're going to have talent. You're going to have those that ascendant talent, Marcus, Ryan, but everybody else knew we had Marcus and Ryan. Okay, so how do you go about getting them the ball and letting them do their thing? And our coaching staff did a great job of putting every one of us in a position to succeed. And what we believed in was each other, everybody. It didn't matter, was it the 12th guy off the bench, was it Marcus, was it Ryan? It was gonna work. And what I loved about our team is it wasn't just on the court, it was off the court. A lot of us grew up together from when we were first, second, third grade, all the way up. And nothing really ever changed. I mean, we don't necessarily keep in contact as much anymore, but we show up here today and it's like, you're right back to it, you know? But I do, you know, it was a very special time. It was a very special year for us. But I will say this, the community was a huge part of it. I mean, we played, we actually, I think we had our gym shut down and the fire marshal kicked people out when we played Snohomish at home. And then they did it again when we played Snohomish in Marysville for districts. And then, like Mr. Gomi said earlier on, when you get to state, Stanwood fills the Tacoma. It was impressive. But we were a very, very deep team, and I think one of the biggest things on this whole program, if you look at it, first playoff game versus Jackson, we dropped 108. I think maybe other than Marcus probably had 25, but other than that, I don't think anybody else had more than 15. So you think about that, it was all about the team. So very honored that we were inducted, thank you. And on behalf of the team, go Spartans.